I have a tattoo with skulls.
Wow.
This dagger here means that I was in prison. I was in the north. I've been in crime since I was 12, bro. And what's this on your head? This is the Mother of God. And what does it say? Pray for us.
Así, ruega por nosotros. Ruega por nosotros.
Hi, I'm Leonid, and I'm here in Mexico. Mexico is famous for both its incredibly high crime rates and the strong adherence of the population to religion. Here, religion and various cults and forms of faith have combined with the crime culture into a rather incredible mixture. Here, many people worship not just the Catholic's God, not just Jesus, but deities who favor criminals and people engaged in illegal activities. Let's figure out how it works, where it came from, and what these cults consist of. We are now entering the Sorona market, a large market where you can buy everything related to esotericism, religion, and all possible cults professed here. So in this market, we can answer all the questions related to our topic. Let's look at what they sell, what they trade and buy, and how they use it.
When you name Mexico, you know its syncretism, you know it's vibrant, you know it's colorful, you know it's joyful, you know it's party, you know it's all these perks. Syncretism is another way to say Mexico.
This is Mexico. Mexico's crazy. There are 5 or 6 religions in general. Beelzebub is also popular now. It's a demon that leaves pentagrams. He's got chicken legs now. Come in, welcome. Satanism, occultism, sorcery. Yes, a lot of people practice Satanism in Mexico. And how is all this used? They are used in rituals, in cemeteries, in special sorcery rituals where the matter of demons mixes with the one of people. Satanism is dark matter. One usually uses black magic to cause harm. Why do evil things to people? No, it's not like that. It is at the request of people.
Some people. Por petición de alguien, nunca por gusto, jamás.
So here we have Jesús Malverde. He was a Mexican citizen, and he's like our Mexican Robin Hood, because he used to steal for the wealthy people to fight for the right, for the...
He killed fraudsters and hung them out for 21 days for everyone to know that they can't do such things here. The body was hanging for 21 days for everyone to see. It is the patron of people who sell drugs and weapons. He is considered a saint. If you want to know how people live in other countries and see more of my travels, subscribe to this channel. The more subscribers, the more amazing places I can show you.
And somehow he makes like an apology to the crime, because he used to commit some crimes, but to help and to look for justice. So that's why for lots of Mexicans, mostly the ones that they are related to crime, he's a very important figure. Mostly to the narcos, to the people that they are in the sale of drugs.
By the way, he has a church in Sinaloa, yeah? Yeah, in Sinaloa. Everyone related to the drug business goes there. They thank him that they didn't get arrested and killed.
I don't know which type of religion, but the religion that has been instaured here in Mexico the last 500 years, it's full of crime, you know? The religion that overtook a full continent, overtook this continent and the richness of this continent and the people of this continent and the resources of this continent, speaking about not committing sins, you know. I'm sorry, these temples are built by the blood and the tears of the indigenous people that they got their territory stolen over the myth of Jesus, over the myth of the Catholic Church. And I'm sorry, but Catholic Church is the largest mafia in the history of humankind. Maybe this is not what you want, or what should I say, but it's a fact. The biggest mafia in the history of humankind is the Catholic Church. So Catholic Church and crime, they have been always been related.
How are you? Where are you going? Here are the flyers for you. If you subscribe to my social networks, I will consult you for free via WhatsApp, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram.
Black?
Give me your hands. Refresh your hands and feet. Take 5 deep breaths and wish for one thing. You had a very extinguished energy. You're just a very bright person. Therefore, you absorb all the good and all the bad, even when walking down the street. Do you know what your biggest problem is? You don't even know how to say no. It's easier for you to be a good person all the time. That's why I'll make an amulet that we use for this.
I've arrived in Tepito Barrio in Mexico City. This neighborhood is or was considered the most dangerous in Mexico City. It's hard to say now. We came to see the Church of Santa Muerte, located here. I think this barrio is the most suitable place to understand this cult. It's the place where all the followers of the cult come on the first day of every month to worship her. A lot of people gather here. I expected it to be a temple, but this is rather a modest place, more like a shop. Let's talk to the keeper of this altar. Honestly, the way they greeted us and what I saw and heard was completely unexpected. I did not expect this at all. I'm Leonid. We wanted to ask if we could shoot a short video here.
But why short? There's nothing small or short in our world. Everything has to be grand for us to do well.
Yes, we want to record a very cool video.
I have been devoted to Santa Muerte for 56 years. And I'm 78 years old now. God bless.
And why did you start worshipping her?
I was very young, but I liked the way it looked. Do you know why she's dressed in the bride's outfit? Because she's just turned 21. Every year on October 31st, I dress her up as a bride and congratulate her.
Skull. You have so many skulls everywhere. In art, on the streets, there are skulls everywhere. Well, skulls are our death, our traditions. It is what we always have and always will have. Look. The skulls. Always the skulls. It is hard for people outside Mexico to understand why people pray to death. After all, their connection with death differs greatly from what we Mexicans have.
It's just different cultures.
When you speak only about positive things and light, you're lying and you are denying all the rest. And without death, we wouldn't have life. Life is just the other part of death. And that's one of our finest and most interesting features of being Mexican, our relationship with death. That's why we have UNESCO heritage named the Day of the Dead.
Y siempre lo va a existir.
Fear will always exist, just like hell will.
O sea, debe de existir el infierno.
There must be a hell, heaven, and souls in purgatory,
Pero algún día vamos a ir.
because someday we all leave. As you said, death is always in front of us because it is real.
La muerte es aquí. Por eso la calavera siempre
It is always with us, and we are constantly thinking about it.
ella siempre está.
That is why there are skulls everywhere. We think about death.
You cannot deny death is going to happen, and that's one of the reasons we are so happy. We live the life like it's only one, because it is, and that's in our cultural DNA, you know. And that's why you find so many people worshiping Tlaltecutli or Cihuacóatl, or in Spanish, Santa Muerte. De por qué
Could you explain in general perspective, why do people pray to Santa Muerte?
de esta relación.
The first thing I will say is that it's God on this altar, not death.
No, nada más ya está la muerte y Dios que no. Primero está Dios.
And to pray to death, you need to ask permission from God, so it's all connected.
Todo es una conexión.
Apúntalo. 28.
The 28th. Write it down.
El 28.
Today is the 25th, and the 28th is the day of Jude Thaddaeus. He's a saint. See?
Y es así.
He's less strict or something like that, and everyone there is so relaxed. I've just arrived at the chapel of St. Jude Thaddaeus in Mexico City. Jude is the most popular saint among, let's say, the marginal strata of the country's population. Once a month on the 28th, and today is the 28th, many people come to church to worship him at a special mass and ask for something. So let's try to find out why these people chose St. Jude Thaddaeus, and what kind of people chose him. Also, let's discuss how it's happened that there is a Catholic saint who helps people who don't live the most honest life.
Jude Thaddaeus is one of the most important deities or saints around Mexico and Mexico City in particular, because it's the saint of the lost causes, of the lost cases.
And could you explain why people believe in this saint? He's their helper. Someone is sitting in jail and asking for help to get out. Someone with health problems asks faith and devotion for recovery. And Jude helps to get out of a difficult situation. He's a miracle worker. Everyone believes in him,
Y se van
makes a pilgrimage with his statue and carries him on their backs.
cargan así.
It's a journey that takes many hours.
Son horas, puedes ir desde la mañana y
It's a
llegas
kind of offering.
con su. Vas caminando. Es una ofrenda.
If you have someone sick,
Si tienes algún enfermo.
someone in prison,
Alguna gente en la
or want to get rid of addiction or problems.
No sé si quieres salir como de.
So you are helping me with my affairs now, and I will go every day or week to your church and pray in return. But if at some point you do not fulfill this promise, you break it, a punishment will come. It's the whole point of faith.
Tú ya no cumpliste esa promesa, también te quita.
Excuse me, what are you asking for? I'm asking for my son. I've been in the States for a while, and I'm asking my son to go there to work. It's my wish. I wish for my son and me to go to California, for him to find a job there, and for everything to be okay with him.
First of all, Catholic, it was an imposition. Our Catholicism is entirely different to all the other Catholicisms in the world, because we are a mix from our pre-Columbian ancestor cultural past, and after that it's like layers, you know. For instance, the Catholicism in the early beginning in the 16th century. You can see it everywhere in Latin America and in Mexico. They needed to do compromises because the originals they found mandatory, and they forced the Catholicism to give them a way to continue their practice, their religion, even though they were already Catholics.
And what saint do you believe in?
Vas, Santo.
I believe in Our Lady of Guadalupe.
En la basílica.
She is in the Basilica of Guadalupe. I'm a Catholic.
Católico.
To understand the Virgen de Guadalupe, because the Virgen de Guadalupe, it was a compromise, it was something the Catholic Church gave us. They couldn't understand, they couldn't have the idea of having only one figure, one male white deity, you know? They needed someone else. And 10 years, exactly 10 years after the colony, because the naturals, they demanded, it was mandatory for them to have a female character. That's why Virgen de Guadalupe, for us, for Mexicans, it's even more important than God itself. Archaeologists, they have been studying her, and they have found the inclination of her face is exactly of the degree of the inclination of Earth. We survived, and our codes, our religions survived through Catholicism and through all other religious practices.
Can people who profess Satanism enter the church? No.
No.
Because they're going to get sick, or? No, we just have a different energy. It's not about physical discomfort, it's about respect. It's like if a Jew enters a Catholic church, it's forbidden. You can't and won't even try out of respect for your religion.
Pues ni siquiera lo intentas, pues.
Well, I'm not seeing any bad people or criminals in the church today. The way I see it, these people are poor and unhappy people who cannot visit places with a higher moral purity standard. That's why they come here.
Remember, in Mexico, our relationship with crime is different. In Mexico, laws are a polite recommendation. The law enforcement we have is really poor. 90% of our crimes, they are unpunished.
Y tú me dijiste de
You told me about the prison.
explicar algo como
Can you explain what life is like there?
Yo creo que
I think life is not very good. You're missing friends, money,
te hace falta,
and family.
te hace falta dinero, te hace falta familia,
Well, you miss everything you had.
te falta todo. No tienes nada, estás solo.
You're alone,
Ahí es como-
repenting for what you did.
Yo creo que me tocó estar con gente.
I've served time with rapists, murderers, drug dealers, kidnappers.
Gente que secuestraba, o sea, de todo.
Well, there are different genres of music, just like there are different facets of deviation of the diseased brain.
Uno nace siendo malo o haciendo algo malo para.
But it makes you think,
Porque yo me
why did you break the law?
2 veces en la cárcel decía,
I spent years sitting and thinking, why did I sell drugs if I could sell anything else, do anything else?
puedo hacer otro tipo de cosas porque me dediqué a vender, tenía una buena novia,
If I had a good girlfriend,
familia,
a good family,
dicen, ¿sabes? Entonces siempre pasa.
I don't know why I did it.
Como de,
There's plenty of people in Mexico that's their daily life existence, you know. Those are the conditions, the systematic conditions where they were born at. And they find new, or this type of rites to sacralize their life and to ask someone or something to symbolize and to give a justification of their actions. But the real explanation of why they behave as they behave is much more deep, and it's much more complex. And they are as victims as the other ones that they might get into troubles with, because they have been living during several generations under systematic vulnerabilities, and the only way they can thrive is through crime.
Here is an intriguing mural behind my back. It depicts true gang members, real mafia leaders, and other criminals. All these people, local criminals, died in one way or another. On the other side of Christ are the ministers of the church, just believers and some district residents not engaged in illegal activities. Between them is the Lord and some other saints. And all these people are together. Even the mafiosi are on their knees, so it all symbolizes the absence of discrimination in this area. Gender, skin, and occupation do not matter. No matter what they do, everyone is one big family that believes in one God. Everyone will eventually appear before this God. And this cross here has the names of all the people depicted on the mural. The names of all the dead mafiosi.
I think we all live in a free country. People can do whatever they want. We all choose a path out of many. We know there are many paths to choose from, and we choose the one we want. And after a while, you will find out what awaits you. But none of us are prepared. Everyone knows what they want to do. People should do what they want. Nothing affects us. Why? Because the path will always find its person. But what do you want? So that death chooses who to protect? She doesn't do that. We ask for her help, and the path you choose is your problem.
Read, a cleaning energy, 200 pesos.
Eggs, Sprite, alcohol.
Is this for rituals? Why do people bring cigars and alcohol? He is very interested in this because they have a Catholicism-like faith in his homeland. I don't think people present such things to a saint there.
Are drinks bad? No. Is pure tobacco bad? No. It's just an offering. It's just like sweets.
If I like oranges, I will present an orange. We don't know what she likes. The main thing is to do it from the heart, and then she'll accept the offering. That's why people carry bottles of tequila, vodka, rum, and other things.
It's nothing more than gratitude to the saint. It's just gratitude. There's nothing wrong with it.
In Mexico, Santeria is now on an incredible rise. It's an African cult mainly practiced in Cuba. So more and more people here have begun to practice Santeria, not Santa Muerte. That's why this market has many things devoted to it. We need to find out why Santeria started replacing other local cults to some extent.
Our religion connects with the movements of energy and time, the time of prosperity to come and the times of need to end. Strives for people's well-being, health, prosperity, and even love. Sometimes people are very unlucky in love, so they need to redirect the energy flow to get rid of it.
And how can one move these energies?
With the help of deities. We have deities that can give us miracles. You understand, right? It all depends on the magical oracle of divination. The saint will protect the person, making them successful in whatever they do.
But it's an African religion. Why is it practiced in Mexico? Mexicans are definitely not from Africa.
Well, African religion came with slaves to different regions of the world. Brazil, here, Florida, Cuba, and from there, all over the world. Hey, you can't.
Why?
Because you can't.
¿Por qué?
Porque no se puede.
Sometimes these animals, they are for pets, but also sometimes these animals, they are about to take place in the rites.
Do you sell chickens? Why? To eat them?
No, for religious rites. It's not food. It's for saints.
And how do they use it in religion?
Well, it depends on the saint.
Uh-huh. For example?
Obatala, Shango, it depends on what the saint needs. Large, medium, white. It can be goats or dogs or cats too.
Ah, all types of animals.
Yes, all kinds.
And what happens after that? They kill the animals and then what? What do they do with the meat, with blood?
They only use the blood and they dispose of the carcasses after.
This direction is new here. I don't like animal rituals. And there is no animal rituals in Satanism? No, there are no rituals with animals. People use skeletons of already dead animals. But animals are never sacrificed. You can't ask for something from someone, from light or darkness, sacrificing someone alive. It is illogical. You can't do that. It shouldn't be like this. It goes against the rules of any religion. Why do people practice Santeria instead of going to church, for example? Why is Santeria better for some people than the church?
This religion gives us results. I used to be a Catholic, but nothing happened there. No matter how much I prayed, there's a result here. We've seen people who have been cured of severe diseases, people who have found success, people who somehow control their energies to get what they want, and our deities give it to them.
The church and the clergy are spiritual goods. That is, they help you cope with your spirit. As for Satanism, it benefits the things that people consider basic in their lives. Material goods, women, money, and all that. Nowadays, simply being in harmony with the spirit isn't enough. A person needs to be fine financially and physically, without making any effort to do so. Do you have any matches? A lighter? How much is it? 8 pesos.
Disculpa, señor. ¿Me podría explicar?
Excuse me, could you please tell me what you are asking for, and why the legs on the candle? My grandmother's legs hurt. For example, if your arm hurts, you come and let them ease your pain. And if the pain disappears, you put another candle as a thank you. First you ask, then you thank. It's helped. That's how miracles work. And why are there houses and cars there? Sometimes people get houses, or they participate in a lottery and put it on the house to see if they win. They win and come here to put up another candle. And why do people put someone's photo there? To cure people. They're asking for other people. That's how miracles work. Here is the place where they sell milagros, or miracles in English. It's interesting because there's a whole wide selection of what kind of miracle you can ask for. Each of these pendants symbolizes something. There is an arm, there is a leg, there is a tongue, there are lungs, There is a female breast. There is a head. There's even an arse. Car, books, they have a huge selection, covering everything you would like to ask for. A disease of any part of the body, any vital situation, you can find all this in the form of these little milagros. I think it's a very interesting and beautiful tradition. Well, for example, this one is called anti-damage. Accordingly, it is against troubles, sorcery, and diseases. And this, for example, is a triumph. It's for people who want triumph and success. This one is money come, for people who want more money. But of course, you should work hard to achieve something. But this may help you a little. And what are the fundamental differences between asking for something from the Lord and the death?
It's all the same, my dear. I was born a Catholic and I will die a Catholic. Many believe in Santa Muerte, but I am a Catholic in everything.
And what do people usually ask from the Lord? And what do people usually ask from death?
All the same. Money, morality, health, illness, job.
Moral.
We ask for food so we have something to bring, and we ask for wealth so we have money to pay rent and enough of everything we need. That's what we're all asking for. Some ask for one thing, others for another. But in the end, it all comes down to one thing. A son in prison, a daughter with HIV, a mother like me with cancer. It is what we are asking for, new paths and doors. We ask for protection from God, and my mother comes after God.
They are hopeless indeed. And I can understand why they are hopeless. Because we live in a third world country and they have been always been told that they are outsiders, marginal, prietos, nacos. They have always been labeled. During 500 years they have been labeled, and even more, because the Aztecs, they were already putting labels on everything. And they accepted those labels. Systematically speaking, they have been told that they are hopeless. And they are outsiders, and they are prietos and nacos, and they do not deserve happiness. That's why they look to different masters. Either Jesus, either the pastor, either San Jude Thaddaeus, either the Santa Muerte, either the all of them, they are looking for masters, and they give them the leash. Nobody can be your master but yourself. And that's something that we learn from our pre-Hispanic religions.
You adhere to the ancestral culture, right? This is our culture. So beautiful, right? When the white people came, we faded. And now something so beautiful is sprouting again. It's all about spirits. They come, bring mercy, and help those who ask for help. And every time they help someone, they make another step towards their place. How beautiful it is. Spiritualism. What culture does this religion belong to? And what is it based on? Maya, Aztecs. It is based on their culture. And it's not a religion. Religion is a human creation. But this one is pure culture. Religion is something movable and changeable. Here, everything is real, natural, and beautiful. It is our culture. Mexico is rich in culture. We often do not notice or know what we see and hear. But when we feel that we have distanced ourselves, that's when we think about returning, little by little. But this will not be allowed to disappear. Our roots have not gone away. Just like you said. Therefore, everything returns to its place.
It was not the discovery. We were here 10,000 years before Cristobal Columbus arrived by chance to this continent. That we will call it in Nahuatl, we will call it Anáhuac. That's how we used to call our continent before the Spaniards arrived. We did know this was a continent.
Never forget where you came from. The day we forget this, it will all be over.
Esto es mío.
This is mine, my Catholic altar. It is what I love, what I thank. I have to thank heaven, and I'm not at war with anyone.
Yo no estoy peleada con nadie. Mira.
Look, this is my Lupita, my Jude Thaddaeus. Here, you can praise whatever you want. The devil, life, death. It's all beautiful. Each of us does what we want. You believe in the devil, I believe in the Lord, and someone believes in death. But none of us is wrong. Do you love the devil? Fine. I'll love him too. That's all. We all should do what we want. I love everything. I cling to everything that comes into my life. Santeria? Great. Let's go listen to the drums. Assalamu alaikum, spiritual masses. I will go everywhere. I want strength. I want blessings. It's great to have a blessing from everything. I'm not at war with anyone. If I want something beautiful, I would like God to descend from heaven and embrace me. That's what I'd like. I want God to embrace me, but it's impossible. God is always in my heart. And I feel Him embracing me every day of my life. I want to feel it. My God is always in my heart, and I love Him. But I would like Him to hug me and tell me that He loves me very much. That would be great. And He knows that I love Him very much. I love everyone. God, the devil, everyone.
At the end, we create our deities. So our deities master us. At the end, what we should create is a common religion that's love. And with it, everybody will be set free. But real love, not the obsession that we have learned to make. So all of us, all humans, we are made of the same. We are made of dozens of stars and un chingo de amor. So that's your true religion. Name it as you want.
Beautiful.
Let's hug.
Thank you.
This was Leonid from Mexico. Culture Shock. Leave comments and likes, and don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to see new episodes. And I'm going home. Bye.